Hey guys, welcome to my studio. Today we have something exciting to do. We are going to make some stained glass using wax and some tissue paper. I have some other supplies here that you might want to grab. You don't have to, but I just grabbed some so I could show you. We're definitely going to need an iron or something hot. In a pinch, I have used my hair straightener. So there is that. You could use a hair straightener, but I'm going to use my iron today. I got glue on my finger already. Okay, so I also grabbed some die cuts, but I'm going to show you what you can do if you don't have die cuts. If you also just want to play around with the tissue paper part, you don't have to use a die cut, but I'm going to use the die cuts to demonstrate the stained glass look. Okay, so these are two of the exact same die cuts, so that's what you need. I have these ones and I have a couple more over here ready to go. I have, okay, so I have, if you don't have wax, paraffin wax is probably the best and the clearest look you'll get, but you could also use like tea lights. Let me show you. I've tried using this. As you can see, I've scraped it and scraped it, but it was a pain. So my husband said, "Hey, honey, you have birthday candles. Why not use them?" So I'm like, "Yay!" So I didn't buy the birthday candles. They're in this baggie. Look, I'll show you. We have saved, I don't even know where these candles have come from. You can see how old the baggie is. We just keep it in a drawer for spare parts, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, this works really good. And I went ahead and bought a grater. I got this at the Dollar Tree. I also bought these at the Dollar Tree. These are perfect. I bought the square ones, but they did have the round ones. But I thought the square ones fit my grater perfectly. So that's why I got these two pieces. And then I have a scraper. I learned a little trick to get this really smooth and to smooth out the wax was to have some kind of scraper. You can also use a credit card or whatever you got that you can just smooth things out. And then, oh, the other thing was this was a colored birthday candle. So I also made some colored wax, and I'll show you that we're going to be using that too if you don't have colored tissue paper. Let's just say you only have the white tissue paper. Then just get some colored candles like these birthday candles that are colored already for you. They do work, and I'll show you how they're going to work. So yeah, I have a drawer full of these. Um, and I honestly don't know what to do with them most of the time, but this project is perfect for these. And you also will need, for sure, you will need this parchment paper. Okay, so that's what I have here is my parchment paper. I tried wax paper and I didn't like the results at all. It just made a goopy mess everywhere with wax. So I like my parchment paper. Okay, so now we will get started on making some fun projects. Okay, I wanted to show you real quick before we do get started. Some of you may be asking why even do this next part. And I wanted to demonstrate that you can get your tissue paper to be even clearer than what it already is. And I got some papers here to show you, some before and afters type of thing. Okay, so this is the tissue paper before. There's nothing done to it. It's just regular tissue paper. And then this is after we have added the wax. And you can see the clarity on the right side versus the clarity on the left side. And for stained glass, we need it to be a little more clear, just like this. So this is what one example. Let me show you another one with the blue. I'll put it on opposite this time. I'm sorry, my tissue paper is a little wonky. Hopefully you can still see the difference. Well, let me lay it this way so you can, I'll hold it down so that way you can see. You can still see the difference between the two. This side is just not as clear as you can see the details and all of that. And this is murky colored. You can still see it, but not very well. So that's why we are adding the wax, just to give it a little more clarity. Okay, so to begin with, we're just going to use this parchment paper, which I have folded in half. I found that to be the easiest, but you could just get two pieces of parchment and lay them on top of each other. We've got a piece of tissue paper. Just going to lay that out. Just going to use my red one. And I have my wax, which I grated up in here. So what I did, here you can see some of the what's left over of it, one of the numbers. See, so I used that grater, and I'll just show you real quick so that you guys can see. I just took my candle and just grated right down on it. See like that. Now that's all I did. I'm gonna dump that. Um, I want it underneath too. So one of the other things to get it really clear was I took some of the wax and sprinkled down first. Or you could do this twice. You could do each side twice. That's another possibility. Okay, so I'm going to put the wax down first and then put some wax on top. See, the reason why I graded it first is so I can just sprinkle it. I have a little more control as to where I put all of the wax. It's kind of better to start out light and then add more wax as you go. That way you don't get too much wax. That's a lot right there, what I put down there, but it'll be all right. Okay, now this is where you're going to need your little scraper. So make sure you grab that. Sorry about that. And grab my iron. I'm just going to sit it down and melt the wax real quick. Just takes a second to melt. I think I have it on like cotton or linen setting. And once it starts melting, just go around in circles. That, for me, spread the easiest. Making sure all of mine is melted. This really doesn't take very long at all. But then what I like to do here is take my scraper and scrape the excess off so that it gets all the way to the edges of my paper, my parchment paper. And then sometimes I'll come back and go ahead and do it again just to make sure that I've gotten it all over the place where I want it. Like that. We'll go ahead and spread that back out. Okay, and then look, you can immediately open it and pull it off, and it is clear. Oh, I should have showed you what it looked like with my hand, but you saw it with the other, how clear it was. So, and that's all we do with that. If you notice any excess, you can use your iron again and just keep scraping it until it's really thin. You don't have to have that much on there. Okay, so the next part. Okay, I wanted to show you real quick how to do it with the colored, what it does with the colored wax from the colored candles. So I'm going to just sprinkle some on this top one randomly, just kind of like making like a tie-dye one. Now the bottom one, I'm going to try and do it in layers so that we'll be able to see them easier. Okay, and then that's my pink. Let's add my blue. Let's get a little more blue up in here. Maybe down here. Okay, and then my yellow. Now these all came from a candle just like this one. And then I used my grater and just grated it. So I don't have that much yellow left. I had used it previously, so. Okay. Try to get this in a row. That's too much. Okay. Got a little bit more in here. Okay, Now I'm just going to take my iron across these. I'm going to let it heat up for a second. And then we'll see what we get. Not going to move it around too much because I don't want to mess up the colors together. All right, you can already see the how they turned out, right? Oh, okay. And pull this top one off and grab my tweezers. Okay. There we go. Lay that one aside. We'll look at it in just a second. Let's go ahead and lift up our tie-dye here. There we go. Oops, I ripped it. Didn't mean to. Did not mean to rip our tie-dye. Let's see if I can. There we go. Okay. I'm going to set this off to the side so that we can really look at the tie-dye. Let me grab my sheet again so you guys can see. Okay, so this is the tie-dye one. You can see all the beautiful colors. Like I said, if you don't have colored tissue paper, just use colored candles. And you can see that how this one is. So this one is the layered one. We started with the yellow. I'm sorry, we started with the pink, moved up, and this one we just mixed them. And you can see the different looks. I love both of those. Aren't they gorgeous to use? So let's see if I can lay them down here if you can see even better. All right, so let's move on to the next part. Okay, so this next part I have some like emerald colored. I have some red and I have some pink. And I've already done them ahead of time so that they'd be ready to go. I'm going to use that on these die cuts. So what I'm going to, hopefully I'm going to do, is I'm basically going to glue it onto one die cut. I forgot to tell you to don't go buy. Grab some glue and grab some kind of cutting utensils for this part. So what I'm going to do is tear. See how this has the rose right here? And here I'm going to use these darker ones with the red. Darker. I am sorry. Bigger. The bigger ones with the red. So I'm going to use my glue, which should work. So let's see if I cut this in about right there. I'm just going to approximate how much I need. Okay, cut that. And then I'm just going to glue it down and then hopefully cut it out from there. That's my plan. I don't know. So I'm going to glue all of the parts where I want it to stick. Okay. And kind of hard to see exactly where the flower petals are, but I can see them. Maybe I should have tackled the smaller project first. I had a couple small ones that I was going to do too, so that's okay. We'll work through it, won't we? Okay. And I think these are also part of it. Not really sure. These look like might have been leaves. Okay, so that's what my plan is, to put this down. Oops, I'm going to get the right edge. Yeah, I can see it, so I know I'm on it. Okay. Now, I'll flip it over so I can see the other side. Now I got a bunch of glue is what I got. Got a mess of glue. Just, okay. I'm gonna, not sure what that glue is going to look like when it's done, but it looks pretty right now. All right, so now I'm going to try and very delicately cut out these parts. First, I'm going to go ahead and cut off the majority here so we can use it down below. Okay. All right. And let's see. I think this would be better for the cutter. I can cut it from this side, hopefully without cutting straight into here. Let me grab a cutting mat. Well, I couldn't find my cutting mat, so I have one of those green ones from the Dollar Tree. I don't know where I've stuck it, so I'm just going to use this white cardstock here. Hopefully it won't bother you guys' eyesight too much. It is kind of pearly. So let's just go ahead and cut out all of these pieces. It's actually dried while I was looking for that, so just not sure. Might be able to, yeah, kind of tear it around the edge a little bit. Yeah, that's gonna work nice. And then I can come back later and finish up and all the little pieces that I don't get. Okay, let's see. I'm just kind of tearing it where I just cut it. I guess I better put those off to the side so they don't get in the way later. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, this cutter is really good at going around the edge of this, so that's what I would recommend using is an X-Acto knife, because that's fast. That's, I got some right here though. Okay. Right, and just do some cleanup right here. I'll be done with this one. All right. Oh, look at that. Already you can, let me see if we can, I don't know if that will work. I was going to say, let me see if I can show you something underneath of it, but I don't have anything right this second. Nothing nearby anyhow. Yeah, that's looking great. So let's just keep going. I'm going to fill in the rest like this with the red. Okay, so our second rose is done. Let's go ahead and I was thinking this one and this one. Maybe I should start on the pink one so that I know where I'm going to be. See, this gets tricky because this is like a floral thing here. So I think I will do like here, but I'm not sure. Not sure at all where to stop. I mean, it looks to me like all of the round parts should be pink. Don't know. I'm sure you guys can see it easier than I can. Sometimes looking at it too closely and can't see where the flower is. Okay, making sure I get around here. That's going to be the tricky part. Okay, is that all? No, I think this part, this piece right here needs. Does that look? Yeah, I think that's. Can't tell if it needs this one or not. I think we'll go with that for right now. If I decide it needs more, we'll add more. Okay, so again, I do not need this much. So this time I'm going to try cutting it before I put it on. Let's see. Okay, and we'll just plop that right down. Maybe I'll be able to, oh, you know what? I put the glue on that page and I did not mean to. I don't want it to stick there accidentally later. Okay. Maybe I should have came all the way down. I'm thinking now I need to, I'm going to add more glue to that one because I think it needs to go all the way down to, let's see. Yeah. I think it needs that one too. Wait, where is that one? It's this one. Sorry, it's really hard to see, believe it or not. I'm not sure why. Yeah. Okay. So it goes all the way down to there. What about that one? Yeah, I might as well include it too. Might as well. I can't really be sure, but it looks kind of like it should go in there. There we go. Okay, now I'll wipe that up real quick. Push it down. And we will cut it out. I'm cutting on the wrong side. Cut on the back side. Ensures that you're cutting a smooth line. Oops. My stained glass is going to be cut right there. I don't know. Maybe I should have got a new blade. Kind of tearing it. I didn't mean to. Oops. Definitely needed a sharper to sharpen my blade. Almost done. And just straight down here. Okay. So there's one of the pink ones. Oops. Obviously, I have forgotten an area here. Okay, now there's one of the pink ones. I think that came out really nice. So we're going to add a pink one right here. Move that off. Okay, so I got my new blade. I still got glue. Oh well, I guess it's going to have glue on it. That's all I can say. Just like that. Okay, our pink one's done. I think pink one needs to go here. And then I need to figure out these ones down here. I think this one should be pink as well. And then a red one for sure. I'm not sure about that one. That one's gonna, okay, should that be pink and that be red? I don't know. Yeah, I think I'll make that one red and that one pink. So let me, yeah, okay. Just checking. I think I'm gonna put a couple more red ones in. So I'm just gonna sit here and work with this. Okay, so all the pink and red is done, and we're going to go ahead and move on to the green real quick. Move this out of the way. Let's start up here. Hopefully this will be a little bit easier. I'm just filling in all the areas that are left over. fact, I could probably, wonder if I could add glue and do this all at once. There we go. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not going to worry about the other patches just yet. We'll come back and add them later. So let's go ahead and add the back on. So I'm just going to add glue. I think I'll add glue to this piece. Just all the way around. Don't think it needs to be a lot, so this time I'm just going to dab it on here and there. I'm going to definitely hit the edges though. Okay. Hopefully that's enough glue. I'm just going to turn it this way so I can see myself. Just line it up the best that I can so that the whole thing is lined up. Sorry about my phone, if you can hear that. And voila. Okay, and we'll check it out. This is all done, and I'm going to show you there and see the difference. See how you can see the transparency behind it. That beautiful. And yeah, like that. So that's really stunning. If you make a great card or a flip out or a panel in your journal, anything like that. Of course, you know, I did have some damage with this one, but you can take your time and really get it done. I'm going to set that off to the side and show you a couple more things. Okay, so maybe you don't have a die cut that's like this with the stained glass look to it. Maybe you have something more like these die cuts, these thinlits. Okay, so I came up with an idea. It was to take the wax paper and run it through the Sizzix with these die cuts, and they turned out these amazing flowers. Okay, so what I did was I just took the die cut, and I barely can see that now because of the, maybe I should put it on white too. Put them on half white and half, I don't know if that helps you to be able to see them or not, but yeah, so I ran this paper through the die with the die cut, and then I did the flower one, and then the stems I did in cardstock. That's what I'm trying to say. I did the stems in cardstock, and then I just put a little black dot right there in the center for the middle of the flower. But you can see how transparent they are. So these are going to be fun to decorate with. Sometimes they're going to, like, the red isn't as transparent as the pink. The pink became very transparent. Okay, so let's say you don't have die cuts at all. That's fine. Maybe you have paper punches. So maybe you have some punches like these, and you want to, these work great for those as well. Let me show you a couple of those. Let's try the purple. Okay, let's see. Let me try this one. That was my error. So there's one. My error again. Not pushing. Oops, I ripped that one. Let's try it again. You have to be careful because it is like, it's kind of like rice paper at this point. Okay, that didn't work. My punches are old. There we go. There's 2. Let's see if we can get one more out of there. Mm, 3. Oops, something tore. I don't know. Maybe we can get that one to work. Okay, this is user error and punch error, not that because of the paper. Okay, so let's just add these together real quick. And I'm just going to offset it a little bit. And one more time. And we have a lovely little flower like this. Can you guys see the flower? And we just have to add a stem and open up the leaves. Of course, it wasn't dry, so, but there. Look at our lovely flower. Once it's dry, it's going to be really cute. So we have our cute flower, which, needs fluffed out, guys. It does needs fluffed out. And then we have the die cut, these ones. And then we have our stained glass. And I was going to do one more stained glass, but I'm not sure we have enough time. Oh, you can see the purple. See how that purple is? Isn't that pretty? With this stem, we just need a stem on it. It's beautiful. Okay. Okay, I decided to work on the stained glass parts off camera so that you guys didn't have to see me do it. But all I did was the same way we made the other stained glass. I just put the tissue paper in the inside. This was just another die cut. In fact, these went together to form, it was a die cut that makes a box. So I'm just using it to make this, which I'm going to put this on the edge of a page. Sorry about that. Back here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this in real quick. Let me glue this piece to it, making sure got to make sure I'm gluing in the right direction. So I'm just going to put my glue down. I don't think I need the glue in the middle, so I'm just gonna make sure I line it up. It goes this way. Yeah, so I'm gonna line that up and push it down. I can actually see the lines through it, so that helps me to line it up. Yeah, that's really nice. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let that dry for a second before I fold those. So we'll go ahead and add this one. Okay, so we're just going to add this to the back side of this piece like we did with this. So this is just going to go on the back side. So you can see where I put down all the collars, kind of mapped them out a little bit. Okay. All right, now the biggest struggle is to get it aligned. Let's see. If I raise it up just a hair, I can actually see the lines. Here. I think that works. Okay, now it's just a matter of creasing this edge. So this end is going to lay over the page edge. The page will just slip right in here. And this one is probably just going to be a pretty decoration. So let's bring over some of the pieces we made. Well, I made these ones all off camera, and then I made this one with the flower. The purple flower is just lovely. The feel of it too from the wax just makes that flower look really pretty. And then we have our stained glass right here that we did together. and I think that everything came out wonderfully. Thank you guys for joining me. Happy crafting. Have a blessed day.